Kickoffs. To set up for a kickoff, each team must line up on or behind their own 35-yard line. The kicking team must have at least 7 men on their line of scrimmage. The others can hang back to prevent the long run back or join the front line. The receiving team must have at least 5 on their line. The rest can set up anywhere behind that, but you must have one guy set aside as the kick returner, and we'll bring him out after we simulate the kickoff. The kicking team gets to do one buzz and only one buzz of any length to try to position your players in a good place to make a tackle on the returner. So here we go. Okay, so now we bring out the returner to the 2-yard line in between the hash marks, anywhere between the hash marks, and he can either decide to take a touchback and take it at the 20 or decide to go ahead and make the run. Now, both teams may adjust all players that are not touching an opponent, even the ones that have fallen over, and adjust to try to make this tackle and try to throw blocks, and then we run the play. He's got the ball. And he's tackled there at the 30-yard line. Onside kick. After both teams are set up for the kickoff, the kicking team may call an audible and attempt an onside kick. They then take this little felt football and place it somewhere along the 45-yard line of the receiving team, anywhere along the 45-yard line. Then each team can move 2 and rotate all, meaning they can move 2 guys and rotate all the rest. So you can have a bunch of guys trying to get the recovery on this side. Again, move 2, adjust all, so you can get them up front and then spin them to head towards the recovery of the ball. Now the first one to touch the ball with their base recovers the football. Looks like he got it. Whichever team recovers the ball takes the controller and can now attempt a run back, or they could just take a knee right here to avoid a fumble. If a player has fallen over, he's no longer eligible to tackle or to recover a football. If the ball goes out of bounds, possession goes to the receiving team at the spot. It seems like it would be very difficult to successfully execute an onside kick, but it's doable and it should be difficult. I definitely recommend filming it in slow-mo. Punting. If the offense wants to punt the ball on 4th down, they can set up for a punting play. It's like a regular offensive play, except that there will be a stationary punter placed 15 yards back from the line of scrimmage, and the defense must have one player set aside as the punt returner. A marker is then placed 60 yards downfield from the line of scrimmage between the hash marks. It can be less if you run out of room. Then, the offense runs the play with the 3-buzz rule. Okay, that's almost a sack. A sack results in a fumble when you're punting, and fumble protocol would take over. You can also fake the punt and look downfield and see if there's eligible receivers that you want to throw to try to convert on 4th down. If not, you go ahead and execute the punt by taking the guy set aside, putting him where the pass marker is, and then everyone can rotate, and then we run the play. Field goals and extra points. To attempt a field goal, we'll use these uprights that I made with straws and mesh and attach it to the side of the field at the 50-yard line. The kick attempt will be taken across the width of the field, which is 60 yards. To get within field goal range, a team must reach the opponent's 45-yard line or beyond. So using this modified yardstick, we find the line of scrimmage and place a marker. For example, if the line of scrimmage is at the 35-yard line, we'll place the marker at the 35, and that's where the attempt will be taken from. Now, using this place kicker piece, we take the felt football, put it on the tee, put him where the marker was, and attempt the field goal. Missed! Extra points are taken from the 15-yard line. There are no fake field goal attempts allowed, but the two teams could agree to use mulligans. 1st and 15. For electric football on this scale, instead of 1st and 10, I like to make a first down be 1st and 15. It makes it a little more challenging for the offense and less crowded down by the end zone. Penalties. For a little added realism, you can introduce penalty flags into the mix. After each play, roll a 12-sided dice to determine if there's a penalty flag. If there is, then roll the 6-sided dice to determine who the penalty is against. Red is against the offense, green is against the defense. And then how many yards? 10, 5, 15. Then the penalty can be accepted or declined. Scorekeeping. Instead of a game clock, time in electric football is measured by the number of plays. I use this modified scorecard to keep track. There are 15 plays per quarter, plus each team gets 3 plays at the end of each half, basically like 3 timeouts. They don't carry over though, so use them or lose them. There is also a row for overtime down here if necessary. Each play is written down in these boxes, like 1st and 15 at the 20, or 3rd and 5 at the 45. And I also use these dashes and dots to show direction they're heading and which side of the field they're on. If there's a score or a turnover during the play, you write those results down here. Scoring for each quarter is tallied up here. You can also use team colors to show time of possession, so at the end of the game, your scorecard might look like this. Well, that's it. I hope you have fun playing the game. If you really want to get crazy, you could add a timer to speed the game along by limiting the time setting up for each play, like a play clock. I definitely recommend using a smartphone to record each play.
Oh, it's intercepted.
It's really fun to scrutinize and analyze the instant replay for those close calls on the field. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions about unusual play calls or situations. Thanks for watching.
Oh, that's the back of